How's it going, everyone, and welcome to my custom tactics and formation preview and insight. As you can see, I currently play 4-2-2. I've had quite a few requests where people have asked me to go into my custom tactics in depth and into a bit of detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick little look over each one that I've got set up, and basically just go through how you can set tactics up to help you at the start of the game instead of pressing start. So a lot of people basically start the game and they press start straight away, and instead of setting a custom tactics up, they make changes and obviously lose a pause. Whereas what I do is I edit my custom tactics. As you can see, I've got four set up already: a defensive, ultra defensive, attacking, and ultra attacking. What these basically do is these help me in game if something's going wrong or something's going right and I need to obviously go attacking or defensive or change my game slightly. So what I've got set up is for my ultra defensive is the 5-3-2, which we'll look at first. Before we go into like the tactics and stuff, I'll show you the players that I play. If you go over to formations and you press Y on your controller, you can switch players round. As you can see there, I've got a back five, I've got 3 midfielders and 2 strikers. On this screen, 9 out of 10 times, if I'm going ultra defensive, it means I'm trying to nick a 1-0 win, or I'm winning marginally and I'm getting a lot of pressure. So what I do is I go to 5 at the back, and as you can see on the screen here, I've got Sissoko who drops into the centre backs. At this time in game, he's probably already been substituted off, so someone else will be there. Like I said, if you press Y on your controller or triangle on PlayStation, you can change your tactics or your players and switch it all around and do whatever you want. So say for instance I wanted to swap field Walcott with Salah. It's that simple, it's that easy. Just press Y and you can change it. Right, so we're getting into the tactics first. So ultra defensive, like I said, this is when it's like 5-10 minutes left to go and I want to try and win the game. Basically I want to try and nick a goal, I want to try and not concede, and I want to try and stay in as good a position as possible with all my players and get quite defensive. So I play drop back, which is obviously, as you can see on the little animation, it preserves your team, keeps them in a good shape and knocks them back a little bit. I play the width quite wide to keep your players spread out, just so I've got like quite a few players in all positions on my half of the pitch. Of course, I've got a left wing back and a right wing back. So with them being there, I've also got my 3 centre backs, and in a minute I'll go into the instructions, but I also have a centre mid to drop back into the into the defenders as well. I play 3 depth, which for me is perfect. I don't like playing 1 depth, not because I've got some sort of ego and I think it's wrong. I do think it's wrong, but in my eyes, 3 depth is very good. You're deep, but not too deep where people can score finesse shots. My offensive style, which is, not really much that I focus on when I'm playing ultra defensive, but obviously you still need to have it set up. I play long ball football. So I have 1 player in the box, 1 player I have in my instructions, which I'll show you in a minute. I have staying forward. The rest of them I either have coming back or sticking to the position. The width I still have it quite wide, but not as wide as what it was. Corners and free kicks I stay to 1, just because I don't want all my players going forward. I want them sticking to the position, and I want to try and stay as defensive and structured as possible. The next one we'll go on to is the instructions. As you can see, on one of my strikers, I've got to get in behind, which is Salah. On the other one, I've got both of them to get in behind actually, but one of them is stay forward, one of them is come back on defence. So what that basically means is at all points, all times, I'll have 1 striker staying forward, and I'll have my other striker dropping back slightly. I have my 3 centre midfielders, which are cover centre, stay back while attacking, and then I have my left wing back and my right wing back to stay back while attacking, and then I have my centre backs to stay back. Pretty bob standard. I have all my players behind the ball apart from 1 player, which is my striker. That's where the long ball comes in. My players will get the ball, pump it up to Salah or whoever is substituted on, hopefully try and get a nick a late goal. In terms of roles, that's pretty much whatever it is you've got on balance will be on that. You can sort that out, but you can change that in game when you're playing without having to press start, so it's quite simple. Going into defensive, we've got the 4-2-3-1 second variation. Now, for most people, they either have attacking or defensive as their start-off formation. For me personally, I use this as my start-off formation. As soon as I start the game, like other people press start, I don't. I press left on my D-pad and I go straight to defensive. This is the formation I feel comfortable with, the tactics I feel comfortable with to start the game, feel the game out, see how my opponent's playing, and just try and get into the game and not rush things, not try and attack too much, not defend too much. So I play drop back. I pretty much play drop back on every defensive formation just because it keeps you more structured. I have the width quite wide, as always. I keep it on 5. As you can see with the attacking, it's on 6. It's slightly more. My depth, I stick to 3 again because it's not too far back, but it's also not far forward. I do fast build-up play, so which means is if I get the ball, as you can see with the animation, my players who have got to stay forward will attack straight away and try and obviously get a goal or make some sort of attack or chance. Players in box, I have 4, which will be, I've got a left mid, right mid, cam, striker, who will all be the players that will be attacking, either staying forward or, you know, trying to create chances. Corners, I have 3. I don't normally cross corners, but because I'm not really standard formation, sometimes I do. I feel like that's it's always good to have a couple of defenders, like attackers or defenders, in the box just in case you're playing against someone with a few small defenders. Free kicks, I don't really have anyone in the box. I either shoot or I lay the ball off. In terms of instructions, I have, as always, on any defensive or standard formation, I have my left back and right back to stay back. I have my CDMs, one of them to stay back and one of them to drop in between defenders. This would be when you're defending slightly. So Ducore, I'll drop in between the back 2 centre backs, and Sissoko basically just stay around there and not go forward. I have Theo Walcott and Salah to get in behind, so that means they'll try and make runs and try and get the ball forward, and try and give me the chance to play some through balls when people are, you know, trying to put high pressure onto me, which is quite good when you're using wingers. I have both of them on standard balance. I don't have them on attacking or, you know, getting forward or staying back. Klein Seedorf, which is my cam, I have him on stay forward. I have him on conservative interceptions. The reason for that is it's quite easy to give away tackles with your cams. I mean, give away fouls, so I keep him on that. My striker, as always, I have him get on behind, and that's it for them really. Roles, like I said before, you can sort that out in game, or you can just do it while you're taking your corners or your free kicks. Next, we'll go to attacking. For this formation, I feel like it's quite good to do little triangle passes. That's why I play a 4-3-1-2. As you can see here, I've got Vardy and Salah up front, Theo Walcott and Cam. Normally at this time, I only really go attacking after half time. I'll have made some slight changes to try and change it up a little bit in terms of personnel on the pitch. Tactics, possession after press after possession loss, which will be as you see at the animation. If I lose the ball, 3 of my players will dart over and try and put them under pressure to get the ball back. My depth is a lot further off the pitch because I want to try and redeem the ball as quick and as fast as possible. That also goes intact with the pressure after the press after possession loss. The width is always 5 or 6 bars to keep that. I just feel like it's the best structured way to have your team spread out on the pitch. Fast build-up play. Obviously, I'm trying to get a goal. This will be when I'm 1-0 down and there's 20-30 minutes left. So I'm not really struggling too much, but I might need a goal. And in this tactic, I'll mainly use this when I'm playing someone that I know I can beat, and I need a goal, and there's like 20 minutes left. If I'm playing someone very good, I probably won't use this tactic till a bit later on, and I'll try and stick to me, you know, my standard tactic, which is the 4-2-3-1 second variation. Players in box with, I'm not going to say with because it's the same as always. Players in box, obviously I have more, so I'll have like my midfielders going forward a little bit because obviously I'm trying to create more chances. Corners and free kicks, again, I'll have more forward because we're trying to get a goal. Like I said before, formation, if you want to change that, your players, all you have to do is press Y, and you can literally, if I want to put Vardy at left back, I can. As soon as I click, you know, right on my D-pad and go attack, and that's what will happen. Instructions, Vardy and Salah will be getting behind. Theo Walcott, stay forward. Centre mid, I have Seedorf just to get forward, and I have my 2 other centre mids bounce. Left back, right back this is the only time if I go attacking where I'll have them not to be staying back. That's pretty standard. Most of my players are going to just be staying in their positions, but a few of them will be getting forward a little bit more. And then the last one is the ultra attacking. This is when you need goals. There's 10 minutes left, and you're throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at your opponent. Constant pressure, very, very high play, literally nearly as maximum as possible, all the way up. You don't want them to have any space on the ball at all. You're trying to put them under as much pressure, get the ball and try and score. With depth, I have that as far up as possible. Just literally, you know, you want every player on his team to be under some sort of pressure. Of course, with the offensive style, fast build-up players get, like I said, with the attacking. And even with the defensive, this is quite a good tactic to just try and, when you get the ball, get them on the counter-attack. But this is also good for when you need a goal quite quick. With, I go on 5 with the offensive just because that's how I feel is best for me. when I've got the ball, I like to be a little bit more stable than when I haven't when I'm attacking, just because if I feel like I'm trying to, spread out too much when I'm attacking, it doesn't always work for me. But I feel like 5 or 6 bars is the best. For me personally, everyone's different, but I feel like it's very effective. Players in the box, like I said, 10 minutes to go, you need a goal straight away. I've got everyone in the box. Every single person. This is when your keeper's coming up for corners. You've got all your corners, your corners, your free kicks, got all your players up. And of course, your formation, you want to play very attacking. So for me, I either play the 4-2-4 or I'll go 3-5-2, which will be 2 centre mids, right mid, left mid, cam, 2 strikers, 3 at the back. And I'll have everyone up the pitch except for me centre backs. In terms of instructions, that is wrong. You should be on get forward. I don't know why that's not done. So join attack. I have me 2 centre mids to join attack. I have me 2 centre backs to stay back. They're the only players that are going to stay back. And then all of these stay forwards. They're the same, but they just stay in, getting behind. He should be on stay forwards. Where's that gone? There he is. Yeah, he is on stay forwards. And then obviously, like I said, me 2 centre mids to stay forwards. They're pretty much my tactics and the way I play and the instructions I have on for each one. If you're new to FIFA and you don't really understand custom tactics, I'd advise you to have a little proper look in depth on not just my video that I'm putting out to you now, but other people. If you search on YouTube or Twitter or even just the internet, custom tactics in FIFA 20, you'll get so many tutorials of good tactics, what to use. The only thing I will say to you is everyone plays different. So you might come up against someone that plays the way I hate playing, which is 1 depth, 4-2-3-1 defensive. They'll play that all game and they'll just try and bore you out the game and frustrate you. I don't play like that, so that's slightly different. If you like to play expansive, passing football, my tactics might work for you. The main reason for this video is people who press start to start the game. You don't need to do that. You can literally sort your tactics out where I've just showed you. Just go into your custom tactics and just make sure you edit them. Try and have at least 2 edited. 1 for defensive and 1 for attacking. And then if you can, obviously try and get all of them done just so it makes it a little bit easier for you. And for me, it's just the best way to play the game. Make sure that you're ready for every different scenario, what's going to come out in the game. We all know how easy it is to come up against someone and he just dominate you, so you have to change it. Or come up against someone who's absolutely dominating you, but you've sneaked a goal, so you want to try and go defensive. So, in my opinion, these are the best tactics for how I play anyway, and some good formations. But everyone's different, so like I said, check a few people's out. Set a few up for yourself, make sure you try them, and give them a good chance. Don't just play 2 or 3 games. You need to play like 10, 20, 30 games to get a good feel of how your tactics are going to play for you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Before we go off, I'll show you my team. At the minute, it's not the greatest team, but like I said, I play 4-2-3-1, second variation, which is right mid, left mid. I play Sissoko and Ducore CDM. I play Salah right wing, Walcott left wing, Seedorf cam, and Vardy at striker. Seedorf's been amazing. 14 games, 16 goals, 3 assists. I'm really enjoying this team. I'm just not enjoying the gameplay as much as what I'd love to, but it's really good nonetheless. But yeah, I hope that's helped you, and if it has, make sure you drop a thumbs up. I'll hopefully be starting to upload a lot more frequently than what I have been. I haven't uploaded the video for around 2 months now. If you come up with any ideas of any videos that I can put out, make sure you drop it in the comments below. Like I said, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, everyone.